Welcome to Mom's Basement, exclusively on Spotify. With your host, Killer Keemstar and FaZe Banks.
You can find me in the heart of the city. You can tell me that I could have done more. You can show me why I'm here, what I'm feeling. All I know is all I
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Mom's Basement. Banks, you just went to the Logan Paul versus Mayweather fight. What did you think?
I did. I think Gary Vee said it best. I think he said something along the lines of underrated in the macro and maybe potentially overrated in the micro, which I think what he meant was this like celebrity boxing like era that we're living in right now. This shit is only gonna get bigger, and I think it's gonna become like the new standard of like how motherfuckers deal with beef and drama online. But I mean, you see it all the time. You see the tweets and the comments and stuff from fucking people who know nothing about the sport, acting like they fucking know everything about it. And at the end of the day, this was a celebrity exhibition, and they, you know what I mean, fought. We've seen this happen a million times, like charity and stuff. There's no actual winner. It wasn't a legit professional fight. So naturally, I mean, you have Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Floyd Mayweather being one of the greatest boxers of all time, and Logan Paul being a fairly inexperienced YouTuber. That being said, though, I have to give credit where it's due, and that was the coolest thing I've ever seen anybody on the internet.
You said Logan Paul is a fairly inexperienced YouTuber. What?
I mean, he's inexperienced in terms of boxing.
Oh, boxing. Okay.
Yeah, and in the sport. I mean, relative to fucking Floyd Mayweather, you know what I mean? He's pretty inexperienced. But like I said, I got to give credit where it's due. That is the coolest thing by far I've ever seen somebody from the internet pull off, to be honest with you.
Well, it's weird how like it doesn't matter really what industry moving forward that you're in. You know, as far as like entertainment with sports and stuff, clout like trumps all. Like you gotta have some clout, and it makes all the difference in the world, because at the end of the day, if you're watching a sporting event, you're watching entertainment, right?
100%.
If you got somebody that can bring in massive viewers, you know, to whatever you're doing, right? Like, let's say I were to go on like CNN or something, right? The viewers would, CNN would be breaking record numbers, right? Because all the kids on the internet would be like, I mean, I pull more viewers than the mainstream media on drama right now. You know, imagine all the people coming over. And it's weird that we're moving into this space, Banks, where influencers and people that are online entertainers are going to be able to go into these different, you know, waves, these different markets, and just dominate.
Man, listen. Like, it's not even a matter of it's when are YouTubers and you know what I mean, influencers in general going to be considered like the new celebrity and the biggest celebrities on the planet. Like, it's just a matter of fact at this point.
It's a matter of fact based on the numbers, but like people haven't rationalized that in their head yet.
No, but they're beginning to now, and things like Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, like that's pushing everybody forward. I reached out to Logan, I congratulated him on everything, because honestly, that really was fucking amazing. The fact that
I'm so proud of him. So proud.
No, seriously, dude. And listen, not to fucking ride Logan Paul's dick, but I think that this kid has had by far the fucking most interesting and most successful overall path on the internet. Like, honestly, like I think he is number one. Like the fact that all that stuff happened with him, all that Japan drama, he made the greatest comeback of all time that I've ever seen. I can't think of anybody who made a bigger comeback than he did. And just, you know what I mean? Like everything that he's doing is making fucking waves, and everyone's, I mean, he's single-handedly responsible for the spike in popularity with Pokemon cards. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Seriously moving fucking the needle in straight markets and industries that have nothing to do with social media. You know what I mean?
You know, I got a lot of shit for supporting Jake Paul recently, but you know, because people hate his guts, right? Of course, like he's Jake Paul.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Jake Paul, dude, marketing genius. He's out there.
Same. You gotta
making some goddamn waves and putting YouTubers and look, you know, he's
you gotta
probably
give
a bad
credit. You gotta
ambassador.
give credit where you gotta give credit where it's due, or you're just a fucking hater. Like it's that.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where
Exactly.
these kids are doing it better than anybody else is in terms of making it so people are talking about them. The Paul brothers are on top right now, and you can't really argue that. Period.
Banks, listen to this. All right. You know, during COVID season, or during COVID 2020, the NASCAR guys, right? And I don't really pay that much attention to NASCAR, but I paid enough attention just to know this. The NASCAR guys, they couldn't go out and race cars, right? They couldn't be around a team, you know, they can't, you know, spread COVID. So what they did is they went into these simulators, like into these straight up simulators.
I saw you have one of those, right? Like the really high tech ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a cool one. But so they're in these simulators or whatever. That's how I found out about this, is because I was looking it up or whatever. But they're in these simulators, basically a video game, right? You got a steering wheel and stuff, but it's just a video game, right? And they were like broadcasting it, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, dude, straight up, so many kids around the world like put their money, like work their butt off and put their money into these simulators and have them in their house, and they're gonna find out that somebody at home is better than the actual pros.
16-year-old kid is gonna be the greatest fucking.
And he's gonna be making videos or streaming on Twitch or whatever, being so good at this goddamn game and his racing simulator. And NASCAR is gonna realize, oh wait, dude, this kid's got clout. The sponsors are gonna understand this kid's got fans, and they're gonna put him in a real car.
100%.
Like this is what's happening.
He's gonna get signed to fucking FaZe Clan.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be driving around in like a FaZe NASCAR car.
Yeah.
And people are gonna be it's gonna break people's it's gonna break everything. Like this is where the future is going. You know,
100%. And it's ironic too, because parallel to the whole Logan Paul fucking Floyd Mayweather thing, there was actually like this big crypto like conference in Miami this weekend. It was fucking bananas. Really? Dude, we went to Live on Saturday night. It's a popular club in Miami, and the minimum was something like $100,000 for the tables, because they heard all these fucking big crypto billionaires and millionaires were all coming into town, and they just taxed the fuck out of everybody.
Yo, they raked in.
Yes. But I heard I was having a lot of conversations with a lot of different people, because they all recognize us. You know what I mean? These at the end of the day are all internet kids too, young people who are all into crypto. And talked a lot this weekend about like Internet 2.0 and the metaverse and really like Ready Player One type shit. And that is absolutely the future. You know what I mean? And
when you talk to these people, how many times have you heard, how do I invest in FaZe Clan? Because you...
Oh, they all respect the fuck out of it. They think it's the coolest thing ever. You have a sense of like calm. I almost just botched that word. I'm not even gonna fucking say it. Phase blanks in the motherfucking house. No, it just feels like we're on the same team. You know what I mean? Like we're doing the same thing, doing different things, but with the same goal ultimately, which is just to progress with the internet. You know, stay close and make sure we're a part of this fucking giant blow up that's inevitably gonna happen. It's exciting stuff, man. It's fucking cool.
Our podcast, like we always we're trying to talk about some like drama that's going on or some trending topics, but our podcast always turns into like moving the curtain away to see like the inside of like what this community and like what, you know,
which honestly is the essence of the show at the end of the day. Like even the name Mom's Basement, right? Like, yeah, like what does that even mean? It's the fucking kids in their fucking mom's basement, living in their mom's basement, who nobody really knows what they're doing, but they're hooked into the internet and they're fucking doing something. You know what I mean? That's how I came up. I was fucking living in my parents' house. I was on my fucking computer all day, on Xbox all day. Everybody thought I was fucking off, doing nothing. And you know what I mean? FaZe Clan.
Yo, speaking about fucking off doing nothing, bro, you're where are you right now? Like you're doing all these trips. I'm like, dude, I hope he's vlogging. I really hope he's vlogging, but you're not, are you?
No,
you
no,
scumbag.
no. We are definitely making progress. Things, dude, Keem, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never worked so hard in my life. I've never moved at a faster pace in my life. I've never been happier in my life, honestly. I love the fucking house and environment I'm in. We're working, man. We're working. Yeah, we just landed from Miami last night up till like 2 a.m. figuring out this trip to Cabo today. We hop on a jet in fucking an hour to Cabo for the next 3-4 days for this project that we're working on. Me, Aiden, Rice, the whole house is going.
I really like the group that you guys have now. You know, you, Mike, Aiden, Ross, like I feel like you found another really, really good group of people to really push this to the next level.
100%. And we all click. We're all like super like-minded. Aiden really does play that like little brother, but has all the fucking potential in the world type role. Rice is my brother.
Is he really grabbing your junk like 24/7?
No, I mean, Aiden is a funny motherfucker. No, but he did. This is funny. He FaceTimed me like 3 nights ago, and the camera was pointed at fucking Waff's dick in a bathroom. He's taking a piss in a bathroom. Just Waff is his editor. His editor's dick's just out on FaceTime. Like they're out of their minds. But it's all.
That's the kid that he was like making out with or whatever. Like when Logan came in the room when he interviewed Logan.
Yeah. That's his editor. I linked them up. Waff's a really good editor. He's just fucking addicted to cocaine and can't stop fucking up.
Yeah, stop fucking up for sure. Yo, oh man, dude. So I'm on cloud 9. Tomorrow I fly out to Florida. I'm gonna be like casting the goddamn YouTuber versus TikToker box.
Yo,
bro,
did you see the Jarvis like little documentary we put together?
Oh my god, it was so good.
Wasn't
and
it?
The only thing I can think of is rest in peace, Michael Lee. Because dude, Jarvis's opponent, man. I don't know, man. This is coming out when? When's this podcast coming out? I don't really want to dog.
I mean, it comes out. It comes out tonight. It comes out midnight. This is fresh. This comes out tomorrow. Yeah, this will be out before the fight.
This is going to be out before the fight. So, man, I should be careful with my words.
For anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about now, this is separate to the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather thing. June 12th, Social Gloves is hosting a battle of the platforms, YouTubers versus TikTokers, with the main event being Austin McBroom versus Bryce Hall. And then a bunch of other big YouTubers on like Jarvis is like the third name down, and he's a massive, massive name on YouTube. And Michael Lee is his opponent, and he's got like 50 million followers on TikTok. There's a whole lot of fucking followers in this. It'll be interesting to see how it converts to ticket sales.
I don't think the TikTok guys can convert sales. I don't think the TikTok guys have real fans. But I'll tell you this, all right? You know, what Bryce has been posting a couple of videos to promote the fight or whatever. He's pulling like, I don't know, close to 1 million, maybe like 700K, whatever. I think Austin's gets about 2 mil, but Jarvis has been posting on his social medias promoting the fight, and he's getting 2 mil, right?
Yeah.
Like Jarvis
looks good, man. Listen, anybody interested in this, you really should go watch that documentary. We uploaded it to FaZe Clan. It's like a 30-minute piece. They came and interviewed me. I'm in the video. He looks good, Keem, doesn't he?
It's scary for Michael Lee. And here's the problem with Michael Lee. You know,
he's a good kid. He's a nice kid.
Super good kid. Yeah. Super nice kid. Like he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you." And da. And like, so I have to do like a lot of research on every single fighter, right? Because like, you know, obviously I'm not an actual boxing commentator, right? I'm not going to be, we hit him with a left hook. Oh, uppercut coming in. Like, yeah. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be the guy that's able to give you, you know, the audience some backstory on this stuff. And dude, the more I look into it, Michael Lee, I mean, born with a silver spoon. I mean, you can't choose how you were born. I'm not knocking him for it. I'm just saying it's like, you know, that Jarvis and FaZe K, they grew up like, you know, struggling and grinding and working for what they got. And Michael Lee seems like, you know, he's been on an easy path. So You need to instill that work ethic in yourself when you're younger
And,
to translate to get ready for a fight like this.
And
I
listen,
feel
I'm
like
telling you right now, they're not gassing Jarvis up in this documentary. They talk a lot about his discipline and his work ethic, and it's not a front. This Jarvis is seriously the hardest working kid I've ever seen in the space. That kid does not fucking stop, and it's translating beautifully to boxing, to his whole boxing.
But do you think Michael Lee is working that hard? I don't.
To be honest with you, I can't imagine any of them are. And that's not a knock to Austin, Bryce, anybody. I don't think anybody's working as hard as Jarvis. Jarvis said, okay, I'm doing this, and instantly turned it on. Started training the next day and has been every fucking day. Everything he's been eating, everything he's done, it's all been for this.
I think Austin McBroom is clearly the favorite, but man, do I love Bryce Hall. Like, I used to hate Bryce Hall.
No. I didn't know how to feel about him either. And then we had him on the show, and I've met him a few times and been around him a bunch of times actually to this point. He's a good kid. I know he plays he's doing his whole like Jake Paul thing on the internet. That's the interesting part about social media, because you never really know. Like, there's some people like Mr. Beast, for example. He plays this character, this nice guy, philanthropist, like super humble, genuine dude. But he actually is like that in real life too. Like, Mr. Beast is who he is in his videos. But some people really aren't. You know what I mean? And Bryce is playing this like villain-esque role, and he's really not like that. He's really not like that in person. He's a really nice kid.
Yeah, no, I honestly, like, I didn't like him in the past, because when he was younger, remember, he used to just like fight every influencer, like just jump them or whatever, at a convention. Like, he's got all this like scumbag, bad behavior in his past, and so he's kind of just maintained that role or whatever, and plays it out on the internet. But I feel like him as a person, like you said, has changed. He's a very nice kid and respectable kid when he's talking to any old OGs. But dude, the antics of him pissing off everybody in the UK, pissing off Austin McBroom, like just everybody, like, I love that. I absolutely love that. That's obviously kind of like what I do a lot online. Well,
that's why I think the draw comes in too, right? Because not every, and this, Keem, better than anybody, not every view is created equal. So when you say like he's pulling like 1 million, just south of 1 million views, I think Bryce Hall, is gonna have the biggest draw as far as ticket sales, just because all the drama and the commentary that's attached to it.
Well, people used to, people would definitely were buying pay-per-views to see Mayweather lose, not versus Logan, but like through his career. Like, they hated him so much. Yeah. People were buying those pay-per-views because they wanted to see Mayweather knocked out on the canvas, right? Yeah. Bryce Hall has a similar thing going on, right? Like, dude, like, he has pissed off so many people that he is going to sell pay-per-views for not just his fans, but people that hate his guts and want to see Austin knock him out. Like, he's doing really good marketing stuff, and I got to tip my hat to him.
It's so weird to see like the traditional like boxing fans and like people in the industry like hating on all this, like gatekeeping this. It's so weird.
I don't see that.
No,
everyone talks about it. Everybody talks about it. Oh, the boxing community hates this stuff. Like, everybody talks about this stuff. I don't see it. You want to know why I don't see it? Because influencers and the online world that we live in is so much bigger than this boxing community. I don't see you, bro. I really don't see you. When I go online, I don't see you guys anywhere. All right. Well, you're not big enough.
I don't think these are the types of people we follow or really pay attention to, but it absolutely exists. Like, there are people who are like boxing purists who think that this shit's a joke and that these people are like making a joke of the sport. But I think Lee, actually, in that documentary, Lee Trink, CEO of FaZe Clan, I think he said it perfect. I don't want to botch it, but he said something. He said, what I would say to the boxing purists is, would you rather have everybody talking about boxing or nobody talking about boxing?
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's like that's the best way you could say it. I think this is absolutely amazing for the sport, to be honest.
Yo, by the way, Lee Trink, send me more black FaZe Clan hats. I need them quick, ASAP.
If you don't think, we'll send you a box of those. You always rock it. We'll literally say, I'll make sure you get like fucking 10 of those things. But if you don't think that all this Logan Paul, Jake Paul, fucking Bryce Hall shit, if you don't think that this is all ultimately leading to like young kids taking up boxing lessons and training and fucking physically getting involved in the sport, you're fucking tripping. There's definitely an army of like 13-year-old kids out there who want to start boxing now because of all this.
Oh, yo, Austin's texting me right now. I want to see if I can do a quick interview.
Yeah, call him.
You can find me in the heart of the city. You can tell me that I
Yeah, I just hit him up and I said, yeah, we're recording Mom's Basement quick interview. He's calling me about something completely different. So I'll have to wait for him to respond. But yeah, dude, I'm so hyped up for this. And yo, this is at the same location that Logan versus Mayweather was at the Hard Rock there at the stadium. And I was wondering, I'm curious, like, how was it set up? Because like I seen how they're going to set up this one and it's very similar. Was it like a cool environment?
Oh, it was fucking awesome. There were a ton of fans there. I walked in and immediately, MGK, I hear a group of people yelling my name. I look over, it's MGK, Megan Fox, fucking Dingo from Monster, and Rob Gronkowski standing in line with him. I didn't even see Gronk until I went up and said hi to Kels and the group.
That's like your hero.
Dude, I fucking looked at him. He must have thought I was insane. I fucking looked at him. I had to give him a hug. I'm like, I'm like, bro, I fucking love you. I'm like, I'm from Lowell, Massachusetts. And he's like, oh, that makes sense. Dapped him up, got to meet him.
So you
and then no, wait, it doesn't stop there. Then then we're down on like the floor. We're walking around. This kid, this like 16-year-old kid comes up to me and he's fucking dripping. He's got fucking bust down chains around his neck, like 3 of them. He's got diamonds all over the fucking place. Kid's 16 years old. Comes up, he's like, hey man, huge fan, daps me up. He's like, you're from Boston, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's my dad. Points over, I look over, it's fucking Big Papi, David Ortiz.
No
way. Debatably the greatest fucking Red Sox of all time. Boston Red Sox of all time. I'm like, what the fuck? He starts laughing. I'm like, dude, I'm from Lowell. Like, you're a fucking legend. You know what I mean? You're my fucking hero. Dab him up, and he was just stoked to see his son happy, so he fucking talked to me for a little bit. We took a flick. That was fucking awesome. We
took a flick.
dude, Mike, I'm not gonna lie, Mike fucking Malak really held it down for us. We were 2 rows behind Gunna, the row behind Dave Portnoy. We were literally right next to Dave Portnoy. They actually put us in the seats directly next to Mr. Beast and his whole crew. But Mr. Beast, I guess Jimmy got sick and had to fly back home. So it was Chandler and his other, like, you know, his whole crew that he does the videos with.
Right.
And then Reed, his like manager. That guy's
you know what I didn't like about Mayweather versus Logan Paul is that there weren't really those shots of the audience. The only people I saw in the audience the whole night was Harry Josie and Chantel Jeffries. That was it.
Oh, that's tight. Like, they made it on air. That's cool.
Yeah, they made it on air, and it's like, dude, when you have all those celebrities, because I know everybody came out for that one, and a lot of people are coming out for this.
Yeah,
one.
They should have done that because that's going to draw people to go to these events because then it becomes a whole experience for fans, right? Like they're like, shit, like everybody goes to these things. You know what I mean? It's
no, I mean, just like if you bought the pay-per-view, you know, you want to see, like, if you're a FaZe Banks fan, you want to see him on camera for a second, you know, like all that stuff. That's part of the experience.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So I'm going to talk to the YouTube versus TikTok people and make sure like they catch who's in the audience and whatnot.
How was the experience on TV? Because I was obviously I was there. How was the production?
We're going to have some goddamn rants, all right? First of all, the production was totally fine. The commentators, it got sloppy. I think those guys were drinking. I'm not going to hate too much on them because I'm about to commentate for my first time. And I might eat dirt, but Yeah, the production was amazing, absolutely amazing. The problem was, and you might have seen Showtime trending.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of tweets about how it was down, right?
The Showtime app, where you would buy the $50 pay-per-view, which translates into $70 after taxes and everything else, right? It fucking went down.
How does that always seem to happen?
I don't know. Like,
it's
you
like
can't spend.
Like, there's such a buildup. So much goes into this. So much money, so much time, production, all that shit, and then like something like an app crashing. I don't understand how that happens.
Mm-hmm. No, so yeah. I mean, you got people just furious, right? They paid like $70 is a lot of money to an average person, right? That's fucking like 3 different meals, like, dude, yeah. That's a lot. Nice meals, by the way. We're talking 30, so that people are just furious, right, at the Showtime. And I bought my pay-per-view through Showtime, right? So I'm freaking out. I'm like, what do I put out this funny tweet. I tweeted at H3H3. I'm like, hey, you got a link for Showtime cash? Because he pirated the Jake Paul fight. But I had to buy the pay-per-view again. And like I had to buy it off of a different platform, which was Faminko or something. And dude, so I tweeted that, and all these influencers started texting me, all these different YouTubers, and they're like, yo, does it actually work there? So it wasn't just me. Multiple people paid for the pay-per-view twice because Showtime just went down. And I don't know how they're going to reconcile that, but everyone deserves a refund.
Yeah, I'm sure people will get a refund. Do we have any numbers or statistics on how many pay-per-views were sold?
Not yet. And so if I'm Logan Paul, if I'm Mayweather, you gotta hate Showtime. You gotta hate Showtime.
Of course.
You gotta absolutely hate them. But this is what we do know. Going into it, Mayweather was guaranteed $10 million, and he would get 50% of the back end. Logan Paul guaranteed $250,000, and he was guaranteed, I think, 10% of the back end. But that might seem like a lot of money, but I assure you that Logan Paul has probably spent $1 million for this fight, getting ready for the fight, training camp. Well,
this was a clear brand builder for Logan. I don't think like the money aspect of it. Obviously, that's the attractive part for Floyd, probably. Yeah. I would say, but for Logan, I mean, I'm sure he would have done it for free. Honestly, I think
Logan Paul, if you are listening to us right now, because every once in a while you do catch these episodes, especially when Mike's on here snaking you. I just want to say, I just want to say, Logan, I'm like, dude, you did something really good for all of YouTubers,
yeah,
right?
Was awesome.
Your controversy back in the day, people are saying that you're bad for YouTubers, you're giving YouTubers a bad name. You have completely 180 this and even went farther, and you gave YouTubers the greatest name, and I'm so proud of you.
I was thinking about this too last night, and how like he really is like the perfect example of like he just carries the essence of what a YouTuber influencer is. Like every one of us at some point crosses paths with some like sort of controversy or whatever, and like gets wrapped up in some sort of drama. Obviously for Logan's example was really, really extreme, but like that is what an influencer is, you know what I mean? Like it's just you're displaying so much of your real life and your real personality that nobody's perfect, you know what I mean? People fuck up, and that's just how it goes when you
And let me go on to say this too, like Logan, if you would have went in there and you would have got knocked out by Floyd Mayweather, I wouldn't be giving you the praise that I'm giving you now. It's the fact that you survived, that you didn't get knocked out, the fact that you went the full 8 rounds is what matters to us, right?
And man, honestly, fuck that. After that, dude, Logan won the first round. Like Logan legitimately won that first round.
There was this like whole slap segment where Logan was just slapping Mayweather at the end, acting like real. And listen, dude, we got to call it what it is. Mayweather was trolling Logan in the early rounds, but at the end of the day, he survived, right? Like, and it made me so proud.
Honestly, after that first round, after the first like 3 rounds, I was like, honestly, Logan won. Like Logan, not won in terms of like scoring or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. One in the sense that he could have gotten knocked out round 4, and I think he still would have caught an
But
absolute dub.
Mayweather was doing the same thing that he did with Conor McGregor. He just plays real slow in the early rounds, trying to tire his opponent out. You know, that's dude. KSI.
Oh my god, this is something that you wouldn't have been able to like catch on TV, and I would be surprised if the commentators didn't talk about it. But it was like slightly raining at first, like in the earlier fights. And it's Miami, it's in Florida, so the humidity is fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? It was so hot and wet and like just like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't. That's something you can't plan for. These motherfuckers were boxing outside. This was hosted outside. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it was fucking, that was crazy. Logan looked so tired in the later rounds. He was fucking gassing.
Listen to this. I just looked up the weather. It is going to pour on June 12th versus Bryce Hall.
Is their event
outside? It's the same location. It's the same location. And it's going to pour. Dude, it's going to rain. And so, listen, you know, when I'm commentating this event, you know, I'm at the store and I'm like trying to get a fitted suit and all that. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm going to be in Miami. I can't dress up for this. Like, I'm just going to have to wear a t-shirt or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, guys, I'm like, oh my God, you know who's going to roast the ever living hell out of me? True Jordy and Joe Weller, because when they commentate these YouTube boxing events, bro, they're dressed to the nine, bro.
Dripping down,
fitted suits, they're dripping. Okay, so I tweeted directly at True Jordy last night on Twitter, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna need your permission. I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt. I'm gonna commentate this event as Keemstar. And True Jordy gave me his blessing. Thank God. He tweeted at me. He goes, "You're gonna crush it. You do you, homie."
That's cool that you're doing that. Yeah, everybody listening to the show, obviously fans of the show. Keemstar's commentating the whole thing, so.
Dude, I'm sitting next to real commentators, like real boxing commentators. So they're going to be able to like really, you know, do it justice. And I'm just going to be the hype man. I'm going to be able to, you know, I'm going to be able to just.
And yeah, that's the role you should play. You should be, I mean, leave the boxing stuff to the experts, right? And then you be the expert on the shit, you know, the social media shit. Like, I'm sure they'll have a ton of fucking questions, and like, that'll be an interesting dynamic as far as like the conversation you have with the other commentators.
If Jarvis knocks out Michael Lee, you know what I'm going to say?
What? You got to throw the phase up in there.
Yo, listen, well, this is what I'm thinking about saying, right? I'm going to be like, Michael Lee is down. Looks like he just got shot by the phase Jarvis aimbot.
Yeah, they talked about Jarvis's whole Fortnite thing in the fucking documentary and stuff too. So funny.
Dude, I'm so excited. And when I get there, I'm gonna sit down with I'm actually got an editor and a camera guy with me to make vlogs. So I'm down there in Florida, and I'm gonna sit down with Austin and Bryce for a drama, and I'm just gonna really lay it on both of them of how I think this is gonna play out, and we're gonna see what happens.
Oh, that'll be cool. Yeah, you got to do that and upload that before the fight. You definitely.
Oh yeah.
Like your own little interview, like a face to face with you being like the kind of like the middleman. That's fire.
You know, a lot of people were like, the Logan Mayweather thing is gonna like hurt the YouTube, TikTok. I don't think so, dude. I think it's got people excited, right? Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, when nobody gets knocked out, when they go the full 8 rounds, it keeps the fans hungry, right? A lot of people were disappointed because nobody got knocked out, and I get that. That's the way it is always in boxing, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're always going to have that when you get to the end, and you know there's no decision, no winner, it's a tie, or whatever. You've seen it with Logan Paul versus KSI in the first one, right? You're gonna have that you want more, right? And so
and actually,
I think
your philosophy is right, because their second fight outsold the first one, right?
Yep. Which is insane, because if you really think about it, at their first fight, that's when these guys were pulling like 5 million views every video, like Logan Paul and KS. That was like the height of their. Oh, by the way, has anyone taken time to see the power of KSI on YouTube recently?
Bro, he's on another level.
Dude, this man is pulling like 6 million views this is insane numbers. Like, it's wild.
Yeah. He's killing it.
But so
I'd love to see him. I'd love him to see him get back into the boxing thing.
Dude, KSI's been kind of distant recently, you know, because normally I talk to him like all the time.
Yeah.
Bro, he's so busy. He is so busy for this album and making music videos and making songs. And he's got a tour or something. Dude, this man is so busy. He's like, he needs a break. The man needs a break. And I think he's training. And I think he's actually training right now, too.
He might be.
Unbelievable. But yeah, we're gonna cut it kind of early because you know Bank's gotta head out. So
yeah, and there's really it's kind of a waste. It's kind of a waste to really talk about anything else right now. This episode is sandwiched right between these two massive boxing events, so that's obviously what we're gonna be talking about. Yeah, we can cut it right here. Let's do our little emoji thing. You guys are loving this. We're loving this. Obviously, guys, this is a Spotify original, Spotify exclusive show. So there's no opportunity for you guys to comment or leave feedback on the actual Spotify app. So what we ask you guys to do is tweet us with an emoji for the week so we can see it and kind of filter through our tweets, because me and Keem get a fucking shit ton of tweets. So we can actually see your feedback on the show. So any sort of feedback, if you made it this far, the emoji this week, let's do a boxing glove naturally, right? Spam the boxing glove emoji at us. Let us know what you thought about the show.
But also give us your predictions on like this upcoming event, Bryce versus Austin.
I would love to see that. I would love to, and I genuinely am interested in seeing who the masses got in that fight, because I still think it's a giant question mark.
Did you see let's give him like 5 more minutes of content. Did you see what Logan Paul said about Bryce Hall?
No.
Logan Paul goes, man, I love Bryce, and he's always getting in fights and stuff. And Bryce loves fighting. He's just has no plans of winning. He's really good at getting beat up. He goes, I don't think Bryce is going to win. I was like, oh, that's cold.
Where did he say that?
He said it somewhere on
his podcast, maybe?
Yeah, no, he said it like on Instagram or something, because I don't know where he said it, but KSI reacted to it, and KSI was laughing because KSI's put up like 4 videos just clowning on Bryce, because, you know, it's being set up right now that KSI wants to make sure he gets a couple fights in before he faces Jake Paul.
This is the thing too, you don't understand. Like this is like draws coming from the 2 biggest influencer boxers too, being fucking KSI and Logan, right? They're getting involved in this Bryce Hall shit. They're reacting. They're making videos about it, content about it. So I think the interest is there. I think they're gonna, as long as the production's good.
Bryce Hall, like obviously he worked for this by pissing everyone off, but man, is he lucky. Think about it. He got thrown into this thing with Austin. He didn't even want to box Austin, and now he's getting a $6 million check. He's being set up to fight KSI as a stepping stone for Jake Paul. You know, KSI versus Jake Paul. Like he's getting that bag. Like, yo, Bryce Hall, like he is so lucky, dude. This guy's gonna make like $20 million. People are just giving him millions to beat up on him.
The money is crazy. That is something I've definitely noticed this past year too. Just like the amount of money people are making on social media is going way the fuck up. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And I don't think even mainstream celebrities can relate, you know? Think about it.
Dude,
like,
that's kind of the whole message of the whole fucking show, right? We are the mainstream celebrities. Like that's cringe to say. I'm not saying me, but like the influencer, like, you know what I'm saying? These are the mainstream celebrities now. It's just a fact. Dude, Mr. Beast's YouTube channel outperforms any Netflix series, any movie that you might see on fucking Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's outselling and outperforming everything. And he's a fucking individual YouTuber.
Banks, I just seen a YouTube video where they were talking about like mainstream news outlets and how many like viewers, what the ratings are and stuff. Bro, they're talking about like 70,000 people watching a news
this
program.
Podcast outperforms that. Like, it's crazy.
That's so insane to me. It's like, wait, what? Like, dude, like, am I really the biggest news person in the world?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're up there. You're definitely up there, right? That's why it's so fucking crazy. It's unbelievable.
I know someone's going to be tweeting at me right now. Keem, you cover drama between 14-year-olds. Like, you're not CNN or what. I get that. I totally get that. But the numbers are just on a different level. It's insane.
That's nuts.
We gotta go. Banks has to go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Mom's Basement. If you're not subscribed to us on Spotify, make sure you do that. Rate it 5 stars. I don't even think you can do that, but figure out whatever you can. Tell your friends to start listening to Mom's Basement. Share it around. I don't know, man.
Spam that boxing glove emoji. We love you guys to death. Love the feedback. You guys have been loving the shows, especially the ones with just me and you, which I'm fucking cool with that. Like, people really fucking love when it's just me and you.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I get guests on here, and I'm just like, "Fuck, man, just get that person out of here."
Well, sometimes it's like it's nice to just chop it up, and I don't think we really needed anybody on this show. It was nice to just kind of break it all down, talk about it. Yeah, this was great. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
You could tell me that I could have done